Hey folks, it's Matt from trailbrake.com. I want to do a quick video to show you a few of my favorite buttons in Race Studio Analysis. Come along. Jumping into Analysis, we can see that I have a number of temperatures pulled up. Things all the way from air temp to oil temp to a kind of neat sensor that I put in, fuel rail temp. Looking at this, we can see across one lap what the temperatures did and how far they came up and down, but this one happens to be my best lap in the middle of the session. So how can we look at this across an entire session? We can use the snap button first. What's the snap button do? The snap button puts our data session to one lap. And that's not what we want here. So when we click the snap button, it unsnaps it. So instead of being limited to looking at one lap at a time, we can zoom to any level we want. The next neat button is the zoom reset. And when we do that, it zooms all the way out for the amount of data that we have. So here, when I click the zoom reset, now we have all the laps that I did in this session, from the very beginning to the very end. But we notice the data is not on our scales anymore. And an easy way to fix that is to double click in the y-axis in the display of the measure, so in our temperature column. And as we go through and we double click these to rescale them quickly, we can now see how the car heated up through the extent of the session. So where they started, where those temperatures ended up. And it gives us a nice overview to look at it and say, were these temperatures continuing to rise the whole time, or did they start to level off, indicating that the car wasn't going to overheat? And in this case, we can see everything leveled off and we had some good temperatures. Another really neat trick you can do here, click on the temperature itself. So when we click on the measure, oil tank temp, we can get a reading of how that went from the session. We can get a minimum of 59 degrees when I started out, 215 at the top, and an average of 169.7. Really quick ways to dig into your data to check the vehicle health, to make sure that you're ready for the next session and that your car is running well. Follow along for more tips and tricks.